What's up, guys? Hey, boo. Oh, there's my girls. Something sinister. Oh, I have a lot of people requesting to join. Sorry, guys, but I am going live with the Cadence and Alexa. Can you guys request to join? I'm so illiterate on this. What's up, Avocados Anonymous? Okay. I know people are requesting to join, but we are doing a live today. I'm just waiting for Alexa and Cadence. Let me know if you guys are having problems. Flip. Okay, we're going to get through this live today. We're going to get through it. We're going to be talking, like I said, we're going live every other Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time with Kate and Alexa from Something Sinister. Apparently we're having some issues right now. And so I'm trying to get them on here. We sent you the request. Oh, here, hold on. And we are going to be talking about some trending topics today.
We made it!
There's my girls.
Oh my gosh, I hate technology. I know.
Okay, it's working now. It's working.
Yes.
Okay, so like I was saying to everybody, I'm going to be going live with these two beautiful ladies from the Something Sinister podcast every other Thursday. We're going to be talking about the most trending topics, but they are topics that are, you know, a little bit maybe conspiracy, maybe true crime, whatever the most trending topics are. And what we decided on was this whole Britney Spears thing going on. Has anybody like heard about like the drama going on with Britney Spears?
Me.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, actually today, well,
yes.
I guess we can like
blew up again. Yeah, it blew up again today.
Yeah. I mean, well, obviously, like, Britney Spears just got married. She got married to Sam something, Asquara. How do you ladies feel about?
I like Asquara. How do you guys feel about him? It was a sorry, but it has like a random G in it or whatever. Yeah.
Ascari.
Ascari.
How do you guys feel about him? Do you think that he is so to let everybody know, people think that Sam Asghari or this whole free Britney Spears thing, people believe that Britney Spears is still being held captive.
Right.
And that Jason Alexander, who is her first husband, I mean, they were married for 55 hours, and then they got it annulled. But he has been like posting a lot on his Instagram about like, he talks to Britney and they talk regularly, and she's conveyed information to him that she's like not really okay. And so like he breaks into her wedding with a live, like he's live the entire time, and he like breaks into the wedding because he's like, Britney, like trying to.
He's like, where's Britney? Yeah. Where are the people? Like, what's going on? And
is this even a real wedding?
Yeah.
Like, is she real? Is she here? Like, what's going on?
Like, where's the family? Which I kind of found interesting because I'm like, Britney's been having a lot of drama with her family anyway. Right. So it was kind of like he broke in there, and you see him running in there, and he's like, where's the family? The family's not here. The family's not even here. And I'm kind of like, well, do you expect the family to kind of be there, like after all the drama from the conservatorship and stuff? But I did find it really weird that even her sons were not at the wedding,
none of her children were there. So we have like a whole breakdown of this and all of like the little, and when we were doing our research, we were like, we want to tell both sides, obviously. We want to say, here's the conspiracy, but here's what other people are saying. Yeah. So definitely the video.
I did the same thing.
Did you need a light? For what?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Anyways, so here's my list. Alexa's trying to turn on light.
Okay, yeah, and just so everyone's aware, like, we want to be able to come on here and do like a storytelling with you guys, so kind of like a live event and a live episode. So I think we're going to talk about Brittney, and then what else are we talking about?
Ooh, we're going to be talking about GHISLAINE Maxwell.
Yes.
Oh,
And how she's going to be sentenced soon on, well, we'll get to that. But
yes.
we'll also talk about, is she going to name names?
Yeah.
So, that
better.
I hope.
She better.
So the big news today was that Britney Spears' Instagram just completely gone. And whether you watch it in support or you watch it for the shit show, it is no more.
Yeah.
But a lot went down on her Instagram before it was deleted. And I know when the wedding stuff was being posted, without even reading comments, I started even noticing things like the pictures that were being posted they were so strange.
So weird.
So, yeah, do you want to
Yeah.
how do you want to do this?
Yeah, we can just tag team.
Okay.
You know,
let's read it at the same time.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, no. But anyway, so yeah, her Instagram is now, gone. It's deactivated. Another thing.
no notice at all. Didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, just bye.
Just bye. Another thing too is her husband. So Sam Asghari, he deleted their wedding video, and we're gonna get into the wedding a lot
I
too.
didn't see that.
But he completely deleted their wedding video. So
Shut
Yeah.
yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Yep.
But did you guys notice that when you saw that her account was deleted? Because I was going to go to Sam's account and see.
Yes.
Okay.
So I had seen the video. That was one of the things that I had messaged however this went down. I was like, watch the wedding video on his Instagram. It's really strange. And then when we went to go look at it again today, it's gone.
Yeah.
So was definitely deleted.
So her Instagram's deactivated. That's deleted. They also sold her house, which we thought was strange because obviously, like, she got married in the house. They got married in the house. So you would think it would
It's
be
an iconic house, specifically the living room.
Yeah. So you would think that it would be like some sort of sentimental value or whatever, with them, especially newlyweds.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, playing devil's advocate, she was like bound to that house as part of that conservatorship. So
but then why would you want to get married there?
Right.
That was my question is like, why was it so like, why wouldn't you wait until because you knew that you were going to be getting this new mansion, maybe like wait till you were going to be in that mansion to get married.
Right.
Or do a destination
like a
wedding.
new, like new beginnings, like,
You're gonna let me talk about Sam?
Yeah.
Okay. Sam. So, little background on this man. Net worth of $2 million. Moved here from Iran in 2006. Model, actor, music video star. That's how he met Britney. He was on the set of her Slumber Party music video in October 2016. Well, going on in 2016, what's happening in Britney's life? So this is when she first publicly speaks of her conservatorship. So there's a little parallel there.
Yeah.
And this is when the crazy Instagram posts also start.
mm-hmm.
So this is the famous dancing videos, acting all wired, and they start dating in 2017. So shortly after, and this is also during her residency in Vegas, which was called out so hard in the conservatorship and was like supposedly one of the most miserable times of her life.
Right.
So,
yeah. So then fast forward to spring of 2019, she goes into this mental health facility. She states that she won't be doing the new show Domination in Vegas just because of everything that has happened to her.
Can I say something about that situation?
Yeah.
Really? Because so she went into the mental health clinic in 2019, but she did not like want to go. She didn't want to go. She was forced into going. And at that time, Sam had posted on his account, like, oh, I'm so happy Brittney decided to go there, like supporting her and saying like,
right,
there's nothing wrong with checking in for your mental health. And it's like, but she didn't want to go. She was like forced into going, and you're posting like you're so happy for her, but yet like she didn't even want to go, you know?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
like happy and like proud of her for taking care of herself, but it was forced. And so at this time too, like the Free Britney movement started back in 2008, but we are in spring 2019, and the Free Britney movement is huge. I mean, everyone's posting Free Britney. Her conservatorship is all over the news. You know, Jamie Lynn Spears ended the conservatorship, and then it went to the dad, and it was all over the place, right? So she then leaves the mental health facility early. She's like, fuck this. I'm done with it. I don't want any part of this. However, is continuously being monitored in her home. And that's when she becomes a slave or bound to her home. So
then he proposes. This is September 2021, 5 years together. A month, well, let's see, August, September, October, November. Sorry, I had to count on my fingers. 2 months later, 2 months later, the conservative
way terrible.
I'm like, oh, it's so bad. Okay, 2 months.
It was 5, everybody.
Right. 1, 2, 8.
I'm like 1, 2. That's how I do math, actually. I have to hold up my fingers.
Yes, exactly. So shortly after conservatorship ends, we did find this interesting. There is still a conservatorship-esque situation existing. An accountant serving as a temporary conservatorship shall remain, just to manage, you know, money and things like that.
Yeah.
So let's get back to the wedding. Sorry, we just wanted to give a little background. But back to the wedding. This is May 16th, 2022. Brittney announces that she's had a miscarriage. So it was said nowhere, like expected due date, when or how far along she was. So we understand that. We understand we don't have those details.
Right.
Yeah.
However, the wedding is set to take place June 9th. Most people find out 3 to 4 months along.
Yeah, maybe 2. We'll
Maybe
give
2.
her the benefit of the doubt.
Maybe
she was
2.
like 8 weeks along.
Yeah. So things happen, but she also has a Donatella Versace handmade dress, not made for somebody who is potentially pregnant. So that was another one of the conspiracy lines, was the dress. Obviously, she wasn't planning on the miscarriage, but it was just very bizarre that this dress, if it was whipped, maybe, and again, being fair, maybe the dress was whipped up in drastic time, but it's just typically not how celebrity weddings go, especially when you're talking about Donatella Versace.
Yeah.
But the dress was clearly made for her smaller figure. She never got to the point of drastically showing. Right. And so just to kind of add to that. So we talked about Jason Alexander.
One thing about Jason Alexander that I want to say too, just to give a little background, is like they were childhood friends, and they ended up, like, when she was 22, they went and got married, and then they were, according to him, the family forced her into getting an annulment with him. Like they didn't want to. But like she was in an interview later saying that she was young and naive and shouldn't have done that. And then like Jason Alexander, he's like an MMA fighter, and he, my dog is like chewing up my wall. Anyway, but I guess like he got into drug problems, and he has been, so I did a lot of research on Jason Alexander because I wanted to get his character, and like he's got stalking charges on other people, like other girls. He's like got past drug problems. I'm not saying that like you can't get over that, but he has like just within a short period of time, even recently, he's gotten into the trouble with the law, like numerous times, just like doing things that, you know, he's getting arrested for. And he's been even on interviews, and I found, like, I can read people really well. And he's on an interview and people are like, oh, so you still talk to Brittany? He's like, oh yeah, I still talk to Brittany. And they're like, oh, okay, well, go ahead and call her right now. And he's like, oh, okay. And then like he calls her like in front of the interview, and he's just like waiting, and it doesn't answer. And he's like, oh, she apparently can't talk right now. And then like, it just seemed like the most shadiest interview ever for somebody who says that he talks to her on a regular basis. And it definitely seemed like he isn't very honest, and just based on like he already has like stalking charges and stuff like that for other girls. I definitely am a little bit more weary of like him per se.
For sure. Yeah. Well, and that, I mean, that's what creates the conspiracy, because, you know, there's that other side that's like, well, they had a secret friendship that was the conservatorship and the family that were pushing him away, and they've remained secret friends behind the scenes or like at a distance. And so it's like, man, you just don't, with as crazy as her life has been and how controlled and planned out it's been, it's just so, it's so hard to know.
Yeah. And so just like a little recap, you know, the morning of the wedding, right? Jason Alexander, who was her ex-husband and apparent best friend, breaks into Brittany's home in Thousand Oaks, California, which is a suburb of Los Angeles. And, you know, apparently there's all this security and even fucking like paparazzi, like TMZ is there. And he breaks in and he's filming it live on Instagram, going through her house and like looking at where the ceremony is going to be, like right there in the living room, asking, where's Brittany? Where are the guests? Where's she at? Is she even here? Like, what's going on? And of course, he gets arrested, gets charged with felony stalking, misdemeanor of trespassing, vandalism, and battery, and he pleads not guilty. I do want to say that he did drive over 7 hours to do this. Yeah. Over 7 freaking hours. So it's crazy. So we talked about the wedding dress. You know, if she truly was pregnant, why would she have, you know, at the time, why would she have a very slimming dress designed? Again, maybe devil's advocate Donatella Versace was able to throw something together in a couple of weeks. You know, you never know. That would literally be like 3 weeks. But hey, she is a magician. I guess. I'm going to talk about the outfit changes of the wedding, and then I'll let Cadence talk about the guest list. But she changed outfits 4 different times. So, you know, throughout looking at these wedding pictures, which none of them are professional for the most part. She's in her wedding dress, which was designed by Donatella. She was then in, we don't know what order because obviously you can't really tell, but she was in a black blazer with a diamond thong. And this was seen during what I would guess is like the reception. She's like dancing and you can see her ass, whatever. She's also in a green dress, which she had posted just a couple of days before on Instagram during one of her like fashion show, like try on things.
And it literally looks like a Fashion Nova dress. Like it's nothing special.
No, like it just looks like a cheap little green dress, like nothing crazy. Watch it's like Versace or something.
Know, right?
And we're like, oh, it's this cheap
like that
piece of
crap dress. It's like $5,000.
I know. And then she was in a red dress, and this red dress was again like nothing spectacular. And throughout all of these outfit changes, her hair is also changing too. So it's like,
and she has sunglasses on at one point.
Yeah, she's inside, she's wearing sunglasses, her hair is down, or it's up in a ponytail, or it's up in a high bun, or it's back in a ponytail, or back down. It's kind of all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah.
So again, like, it's hard to tell, like, what this means, and you can dive real deep into the Reddit hole and go into, like, symbolism, like, all that stuff, but we didn't go there.
That's why I tried to go back to her page to get screenshots of some of the stuff that people were talking about, like Project Rose or something. All these things that I'm like, dude, this is like going on way too many. I was like, this is so cryptid that this would take me so long to research so far into this. So I had to do like a surface level research that went back to like, you know, the time where how they figured out that Britney needed to be like freed, you know, and how she was posting weird things on Instagram, and her followers kind of helped her to like start this major movement of free Britney. Based on like what she was posting and things like that. And then it was like, oh, you know, once the conservatorship ends, then these things should stop. But they weren't stopping.
They didn't.
No.
And
they didn't stop.
Yeah. And then you have Sam, who's like, you got like this is what I noticed, is that, you know, he's been caught on his Instagram going live, or Britney's been caught on his Instagram going live for like 3 seconds, and like he just grabs the phone and snatches it away from her. He's like, don't do that. And like that was a huge thing that was like, oh my gosh. And then you have videos of them working out together, and she's not smiling, she doesn't really look happy, and then he's verbally, you can see his voice or his mouth saying, Britney, smile. And then all of a sudden she like picks up and smiles. And it's like just very controlling, some of the things that you see with Sam around her. And he's really good, like really close to her dad, Jamie, who's like a part of this whole thing.
Oh yeah.
And so
and that's another thing that we were like kind of talking about. It's like, okay, so she truly thinks that he loves her, right? But does he really?
I mean, he's hot, he's young, so I feel like any older woman, that she's like 40, you know,
45.
And and she has been controlled her whole life, you know, and if she's like smitten by this hot guy who comes in and like, you know, wants to give her the world, but also, you know, like, I don't know, you can get so smitten to the point where little things you just like look over, you know, but in reality, he could be like working with her family, but then that would be weird that her family like totally doesn't support the whole thing. And her sisters come out saying that, you know, he's kind of a trash, you know, like, so I don't know.
Well, that's the other thing with this whole Instagram deletion is obviously people have speculated he's the new handler, but I thought this was interesting that there is also people who think she actually never got out of the conservatorship, because the only way that we've really had that confirmed is through Britney Spears' Instagram and all the things that she has said, and that, or, you know, and even if it was
like
confirmed,
her attorney and stuff.
But that he has somehow taken over as like a new handler, and that she's never had control of her Instagram. To this day, she doesn't have control over Instagram. And when people attacked him after all of this wedding stuff and him posting about himself, the weird pictures that were coming from his side of things or her side of things, that he deleted it because he was getting so much hate, and that's why his stuff is still up.
That's what I thought too. I thought that when I was thinking about that, I'm like, dude, they were probably like, she's gone, so we're going over to Sam's account and start going after him. And there's like two ways that I think about this, is like, I don't know if she's just like, I mean, can you imagine all the mental anguish that Britney has been under? Like, you get controlled since you were 15, you have a team around you, and you can't even live a normal life, and then you get into a conservatorship and you are just like controlled by every aspect of your life, to the point where you can't even like use your own phone or send your text messages to people, you know, like you have all of that, and then now you have a wedding, and I'm just going to play devil's advocate for a second, and it's like you have a wedding, and all of a sudden it's supposed to be the most amazing day, but your ex-husband comes and bombards himself into your wedding and makes it about him. And then you have, all of a sudden you post pictures, and now all of a sudden everyone thinks you're being held captive, and they're bombarding your account with like, are you okay? And like, Sam's a blah, blah, blah. And like all this stuff. And then all of a sudden she's like, this is supposed to be my great day, but my kids never came. My family is bashing me. Like, and I just need to delete my account, you know, like take a mental break. And and so I can see that aspect too, you know, and sometimes it's so hard because it's like, you can see the narrative on both sides and you're just like, what do you do?
Well, and that's just it, is nobody ever actually knows. And that's why we were like, let's play both sides, because it's entertaining to do the conspiracy stuff. But at the same time, you can't prove that it's not true.
Right.
I mean, so just looking at it from all sides. But so the wedding, we've got a really odd celebrity list here.
Golden.
We've got Madonna, Paris Hilton and her mom, Selena Gomez, Drew Barrymore, obviously Donatella. Family wasn't invited. We've discussed like that's pretty reasonable. Kevin and the kids didn't attend, and their lawyer released a statement. The day should be focused on Brittany and Sam. They're very happy for her moving on. So back to the Instagram before it was deleted. Brittany's mom actually commented on her Instagram, "You look radiant and happy. Your wedding is the dream wedding, and having it at your home makes it so sentimental and special. So happy for you. I love you." To which Brittany posts all this stuff that was basically like, fuck off.
Yeah.
She posted a video, basically like a motivational repost, basically calling out her family for not being there. And on, let's see, on the video, there's a voiceover that says, "And don't you ever forget how they gave you distance when you needed love." And then her mom comments again and says, "You gotta be kidding me," with the eye roll emoji. So
yeah.
do you want to talk about the pics?
Yeah. So, you know,
I think the pictures are the weirdest part. That's what caught my attention.
Yeah. So, first of all, you have Britney Spears, multi-millionaire. She's been a millionaire, you know, since she was 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
There aren't really any professional pictures of their wedding, especially up close.
Yeah.
There are.
Well, there's some of him.
Right. Of her, there aren't. But of him, there are professional photos. Now, there's some of them together, but for the most part, they are far away, like her at the altar and the camera way back down by like the end of where people were sitting. Or you can see him and her kissing in the balcony, and the camera crew is like down at the bottom. But there aren't really any professional photos of Britney. And that was another thing. Like with the wedding video, it was very, very telling. The wedding video like was basically a video of him.
It was
getting married to
crazy.
himself.
The only time you saw Britney's face was
in the beginning.
And she had a veil.
Yeah.
And it was like zooming out away from her like very quickly.
And then she was getting in the carriage.
Yeah.
And it was like a side view of her. She's in the carriage, and then you see her sitting. But again, it's nothing like up close and personal.
Whereas
like
his are like glamour shots.
Yeah, it's like he's doing like a modeling photo shoot.
Well, he's very like self-centered, like very egotistical. I guess like right after Britney had posted that she got miscarried, that he was like posting himself flexing in the gym on his Instagram, like right afterwards, like not even talking about it, not even consoling Britney. And so it's like things like that. And just the fact that I've also seen videos of him on the red carpet for some of the stuff that he's doing. And it's very obvious that Britney did not want to be there. And he like pulled her out of the car just to take pictures with him and then put her back in the car. So that it was basically like using his celebrity girlfriend to like, cause he's never really, the only thing he really has going for him is Britney Spears. And he's been on, he says he's an actor, but it's like he's only been on some things since he's been with Britney. And then he was in a couple of music videos. He's like lied about certain things in his past. Like he was in Men's Health magazine, and they did a whole article on him saying that he said that he was recruited from high school in football and got a scholarship to this. And when they did research into him, they realized that was a lie. So they had to redo the whole artitle on him. And so like he's like, it just shows kind of his character, you know? But it's like, it's just very interesting because even when I was like watching the videos of them kissing, It didn't even really see, like, she almost looked forced. She was just
it looks forced. It was like he was like pulling her in.
Yeah.
No, we're not gonna kiss.
Yeah,
We're
and then
Sinister sisters.
like,
Don't even
I'm
say
not.
it.
I'm not. I was like,
it's just like
Sinister.
robotic.
But no, he literally like pulled her in and then they kissed. It wasn't like it wasn't natural. Or
It wasn't
wasn't
passionate.
like
There was no
like,
passion.
"Yeah, baby." Like he
Yeah.
literally like pulled her in.
Yeah, there was no
It
passion.
was sad.
Yeah, it's so sad, but it's all deleted now. So
Somebody's over here trying to date me, by the way. I just want to know who that is.
The who?
Someone says, I'm over here just trying to date Avery. Oh, hey.
Do you have like 10 mil in your bank account? Because if you don't, we don't cry.
Yeah, right?
And it's
Private
got
jet.
to be 10 mil minimum.
Yeah.
10 mil mini. 10 mil mini. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't need your money. I don't need your money.
But I would like your PJ.
But I would. Oh my gosh.
So that concludes our little Britney Spears rant. I mean,
And
it's
so
entertaining.
much.
It's entertaining to speculate.
It is,
We're not
because
saying
sometimes
that-
it's so fun to go down, like, people want to solve problems, you know? And when there's a problem, they're like turn into detectives, and they're like one thing leads to another. So it's always fun for me anyway, to go down these like rabbit holes and just see what people are saying. It's not like, this is the type of person I am. I'm like, I look at all these things, but if I can't prove it, I just like learning about it, like reading about it and doing that. But I'm not like, oh, dude, I need to go preach it to the world that the earth is flat. Okay, guys, the earth is freaking flat. Okay, like,
duh.
Well, we all know that's true.
Like,
so
look into it. Okay, look into it. But like, it's just stuff like this that's kind of interesting to me. But with the Ghislaine Maxwell thing, I mean, like, come on.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Come on. Okay, so here's the thing that I found out about Ghislaine Maxwell is she's like complaining about the American prison system and how it's disgusting, and she's like, I just don't want to be like, if I'm going to serve time, I don't want to be in the American prison system. It's just like trashy. It's gross. And I want to go back to
then don't sell children.
Yeah,
right.
Don't
Yeah.
sell
I'm like,
children.
she's like, I want to go back to the UK to see my family, like, so my family can visit me. And I'm just like, dude, that's how entitled you are to think that you can just like do that. But then that makes me think, are they going to work out a deal for naming names to get her to be able to go to the UK? Right? Like, what if she comes and is like, I will name names if you let me go to the UK to serve my time and be with my family?
And do you think they should take that deal if that's what it came down to?
Yeah. Well, first off, what are they going to do if they even name names?
Yeah, well, that too. And if she names, whatever. She'll be dead. She'll be dead.
Yeah,
she's gonna die. So,
well, yeah, but also
but
too,
do you want to die in the U.S. or do you want to die in the UK?
Yeah, but I also feel like, okay, name them. Like, we already know Clinton's a fucking bastard, but that motherfucker ain't in jail. Hillary ain't in jail. Nobody's in jail. That is very obvious that these motherfuckers are criminals.
The Obamas.
So, okay, we already know that Clinton was on the Lolita Express multiple times and has told his body or his Secret Service to go away during those trips. Why?
Or to sit outside.
You're the president of the United States.
And you want to
go on to little Lolita and go to an island known for being Pedo Island without your agents, and you're seen with little girls. Okay, so like, is anything going to be done about any of that stuff? So I feel like even if she names names, the only people who would probably get in trouble are maybe celebrities, because they're not at the elite status, you know, that are like running the world. you know?
Like what? But these names have already been released.
Yeah, there's already a list.
So
well,
why
those are like
then, and what would make it different now?
Well, I think it's because they can't pin it on, like, some of them say, you know, like, oh, I took a ride, but I didn't know what they were doing. You know, like
It's
they have that concrete. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a guest list.
So by her
it's
giving
her
it, it's her testimony. So
yeah.
it's like eyewitness proof or
yes.
what? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like
so I'm actually curious to see what she even gets charged with. She's, by the way, everyone, she's like, her sentencing date is June 28th. So it's right around the corner. And I'm wondering what she's even going to get. Like,
yeah, what she's going to be sentenced with.
I'm actually,
she's being charged with sex trafficking and, you know, sex with minors and, you know, soliciting minors and all that. The charges are already set, right? So she's already been charged, but now she's got to be sentenced for her charges. And that's where the whole UK thing comes into play. Are they going to allow her time served in the US and extradited over to the UK for talking? I don't know. It's wild. When is her sentencing? Do you know the date? Do you remember?
June 28th.
Yeah, I thought it was the 28th.
Yeah, June 28th.
No, I thought that's what she said. But I'm like thinking of so many things about this trial. I need to clean out my ears.
Oh, I almost just snorted.
You made me like doubt myself. I'm like, wait, did I not? Am I hearing things? Or
no, I
thought
it was the 28th, and I thought I had heard you said it, but I don't know.
Well, it'll be interesting. I don't know. I feel like this kind of stuff gets built up for nothing to happen.
Well, I was actually really surprised though, because when they said that jury might have like been planted in the jury, you know, because he was sexually abused, and so they were gonna like do a mistrial, and they actually didn't do the mistrial. So I was actually really surprised that they didn't take advantage of that and like do a mistrial and have to redo everything. But yeah, that whole entire thing like is a whole conspiracy in and of itself, the whole trial, that I could do like 4 episodes on. But I'm just happy that she is going to get sentenced. I hope that it's actually a good sentence and what it's worth. But I think that if she doesn't name names, or even if she does name names, she's still going to be like the entire time like Epstein style, like being targeted.
Oh, for sure.
To be taken out.
Oh, duh. That's the thing. It's like
Epstein didn't kill himself. Okay.
No. Yeah, we all know that.
No, there's no way.
I'm the one.
The whole thing is just sad because obviously it happened. There's no going back, and you can't take it, and nothing's going to stop it from happening in the future. When you have ungodly money and connections like that, I mean, there's just no stopping it.
But we don't even know the extent of that because they won't even let us know. So
I mean, it's
like
hearsay.
we think, oh, it was like the largest like child sex ring, you know, whatever, and you can watch the documentaries on Netflix and it doesn't even scratch the tip of the iceberg on what was done in that whole entire thing and with who. And when we say like, oh, there's politicians involved, there's celebrities involved, there's all these people involved, yeah, okay, we can say that. And then it's like, but who? Yeah. And and we know that that's a fact. We know that that's true. So we should be asking who. Like, we should be looking at our own, like, government systems and politicians and like.
But why is it not public knowledge? Why aren't those subpoenas public knowledge? Are those interviews public knowledge? Like, we need to know. Was everybody that was on this guest list, were they all interviewed? Because if so, what the fuck did they say? Yeah. Why don't we know this information? And I think it's pretty funny how like none of this is in the news, of course, because they've got to make monkeypox a thing. So.
Oh my gosh, we can go into monkeypox. Oh, monkeypox is next. Join us in 2 Thursdays from now when we've been in under lockdowns and millions have died. I'm just kidding. I
Listen,
didn't say that.
2 Thursdays from now, we'll be talking about the sentencing.
Of just, yeah.
Oh yeah, of GHISLAINE.
I didn't mean to stop there.
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine or
Ghislaine.
GHISLAINE or I don't know what.
I think the S is silent.
Ghislaine.
I hear she goes by Jizzy.
I hear she goes by bitch, but
Cunt whore.
Keto. Piece of shit.
Chomo.
Chimo.
Chomo.
Oh, it's also sad and interesting.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, does that conclude our first live?
Yeah,
That concludes our first live, everybody. You can always let us know too what other topics you guys want us to talk about. We're going to be here every other Thursday for you guys. So
we're going to be here whether you like it or not. So you might as well tell us what you want to hear us talk about.
Yes, because otherwise, I mean, if there's 0 people even tuning in, I'm still going to talk to these beezies. Like,
and we're still going to post it.
And
so then you'll have to watch.
We're going to friggin' rock it. So be here or don't. Like, it's cool either way, you know?
Yeah.
But we'd like you to be here.
I love how passive we are.
I know.
Like it or don't. Do whatever you want. Quit arguing.
We don't care, but like seriously though, you should like be here. It's like it would be cool. Like we don't want to talk to each other just by ourselves, but you know.
Just so that people know, are you posting this
on
your Instagram when we're done?
I won't post any lives on my Instagram.
Okay.
So if like,
do you want to save it?
Do you have the option to do it? Can you save it?
You can save it. Because you started it.
Yeah.
Okay. I will save it then, and I will like. I'm actually gonna make a video and start creating these into videos so that they can be tuned in later.
Oh, okay, cool. That's perfect.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, guys, you'll eventually be able to rewatch this, but let us figure it out first.
Yeah, let's work that part out, and then yes.
Perfect.
All right, guys.
Well, we'll see you in 2 Thursdays.
All right, ladies. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.